Please welcome President and Chief Executive Officer, Tableau, Ryan Aytay.
Hello, good afternoon, and thank you for being here. What an amazing day we're going to have here today, day 2 of Dreamforce. Who loved Agentforce yesterday? Let's hear it for Agentforce. This is just so great to see everyone. And I like to say that this event and this keynote is all for you. We put it together to try to educate you and bring you together, and of course, bring you new information, and that's what we're going to do today. So super excited. I also want to make sure that we thank you because, again, this is all about you, but it's really about our customers, our partners, of course, many of our employees who are here in the audience, and then, of course, our trailblazers, our Tableau community members, our data fam, and hey, if we have some others in here too, you're all part of us, and we are very grateful for you. So let's give everyone a round of applause as well, please. So I wanted to start today by talking a little bit about where we've been with Tableau as part of Salesforce. And we just celebrated our 5-year anniversary, if you can believe that. 5 years ago, roughly 2019, Salesforce acquired Tableau. And during that process, we acquired this amazing business with roughly 2.5 or 2.6 million Tableau public visualizations. For those of you who don't know what that is, there's this place called Tableau Public, and it's all about inspiring people to do more with data. And back then, they had this amazing community and all these visualizations that really cover every topic you can imagine. The business was about $1 billion in annual recurring revenue, and we had about 3 million overall Tableau users. So pretty amazing business. But since then, we've become better and stronger together with Salesforce. And during that time, we've obviously continued to grow thanks to Salesforce, thanks to all of you. And we're now north of 11 million Tableau public visualizations and dashboards. We have over 3 billion in annual revenue now. And of course, we are growing our user base. And again, thank you. I can't say that word enough. Thank you for being part of this community and this overall purpose and Tableau and Salesforce. Now, the other thing we've been focused on is trying to grow what we call data skills. What are data skills? Well, these are the skills that people need to make an impact on the world. Maybe you're focused on trying to change something with regard to climate, or maybe you're focused on trying to make the world a better place and help with childcare. It doesn't really matter. Data is at the center of many things in this world. And of course, we're committed to that. It's the greater good. It's about human inspiration. And so when I think about Tableau, the data skills challenge was something we went from basically nothing to now 4 million people outside that are now getting these skills. And we're committed to getting to 10 million skills by the time we get to 2027. So I just want to call that out. I also want to say, as part of Salesforce, we've been able to do a lot more. We have, as I said, we're getting stronger. We're getting better together to help you and help you become more successful. And so tools and solutions like Tableau Pulse has been available since February, or the new Tableau Agent, which we're going to talk to you about today. Tableau Agent is very exciting, and it all, of course, has become possible because we are part of this larger Salesforce family. Now, when you think about, well, all of this makes me so excited because we're also talking about Agentforce, right? And Agentforce, this concept of being able to rapidly scale easily with agents to help to help humans drive more customer success, this is a big opportunity. Imagine being able to scale. It's not just the analyst, it's also the analyst agent. And this is really what we're all about in this new future. Now, of course, Agentforce is also built upon the trusted and loved Salesforce Platform, many of which I'm sure you run on, right? The Data Cloud, which is just a fantastic product, our fastest growing product ever, but then also things like Sales Cloud and Service Cloud and Marketing Cloud, all of the Customer 360 applications, which you all know and love. And of course, Tableau is up there, our other analytical tools. Now you have this whole new environment called Agentforce, where you can scale and you can do so much more. And that's what we're going to talk about today. It's very exciting. It's also the new wave. We're all learning together. This conference is about learning and getting inspired. I know that there are many of you who've been out learning how to build agents. I know there are thousands of agents already have been built in the last couple of days. But hey, let's talk a little bit more about data and analytics, because that's what you're here for, I hope. Data and analytics, people's expectations are changing. Who hasn't, if you're in this room and you haven't tried an AI tool, I'm pretty sure everyone has. AI is changing the way people work, it's changing their expectations, and in terms of data and analytics, it's also changing how you interact with data. It's not just about co-pilots, it's about how do I work and expect more from the things that I do and get more productivity in my company. And so if you look at slides like this, right, we talk about where people work. They work over here on the left, they work in Slack or Salesforce or email or Workday or some productivity application. And that's pretty commonplace, right? Your Salesforces, your service forces, your teams. But BI, right, is over here on the right. It's that standalone environment that we've known for 20 plus years. And it's very, it's been a very good environment to be in, but it's disconnected. And we want to bring these things together. But one of the challenges, of course, is that the data landscape is extremely fragmented. What do I mean? Well, the data lives in many different places. I've talked to customers. One more recently said they're spending, hundreds of millions of dollars on data problems. They are going through the process of trying to consolidate thousands and thousands of data warehouses and lakehouses. So that's a challenge. And that's a challenge I want to help you with. Here's the good news. The good news is that Agentforce makes all of this better, right? You get better outcomes. You can expect more, and I'm confident we can do a lot more with you, with our partners, with our customers, with our community members to do more together. And that's what we're going to talk about today. But before I go there, I just want to cover one other thing that we consistently, if you're in the data and BI and analytics world, there's been these challenges that you think about and you hear about, and we've tried to put them together to talk about them. Some of these challenges are, and I'm actually going to ask in the audience, but how many times has anyone in this room ever, needed to make a decision? Your boss or someone is saying, you got to give me a decision by this particular time, and you're trying to find the data, and you're trying to find a dashboard or a visualization, but you can't find it. Well, has that ever happened to anyone here? Maybe a few. Well, it happens to me all the time, so maybe I have another problem. But ultimately, I like to say that insights are overlooked and ignored because we hear this consistently. Or the other problem is maybe I have a dashboard or I have some visualization, but I'm not sure about the data behind it. Is that the right data? Where did you get the data? It's that process you go through all the time. And I think that's something that we hear consistently, that users cannot trust the data or the insights. Now, I spoke a little bit about the other thing, which is the third column, the data landscape. It's extremely large and fragmented. It's only getting bigger, larger, more complex. I've talked to many customers even in the last 2 days who have told me that this is a continual problem for them. Then, of course, one of the other big things in our industry is this fact that it's not easy to reuse what you build. So if you build a prep flow or a visualization, pick the things you're going to work on, how do you reuse it? How can I give the best to my fellow colleagues and employees? Or how do I take that and put it into an ecosystem and monetize it? It doesn't exist. And so, this last thing, as I think about customers keep saying, I just want one solution. Just give me one thing. One trusted, one secure, one governed, one open, flexible, go down the list. One solution. And of course, that is what we're here to do today. We're going to show you some really great things. I'm pretty excited about it. As I said, it's powered by Agentforce. And that thing, of course, is called Tableau Einstein. So Tableau Einstein is the future of Tableau. It is the new Tableau. And you may be wondering, well, what is the new Tableau? I have this other Tableau. We're going to tell you what that means. Tableau is built with Agentforce, and it is the future, and that future starts today. At this conference right here, and you can learn all about it, and we're going to show you a lot of detail today. So that's Tableau Einstein. I want to hit a few of these columns, and I want to tell you how we're going to approach solving them. The first one, of course, is the fact that insights are overlooked or ignored. Well, Tableau Einstein will ultimately allow you to deliver autonomous insights and actions. Notice I said actions. It's not just a standalone visualization tool anymore. It's insight and actions, and it's a whole lot more. And we're going to tell you what that means in a bit. That's coming with Pulse. It's coming with Tableau Agent and Salesforce Workflow. Additional to that, it's Tableau Insights delivered with our, Trusted Insights delivered with our Tableau semantic layer. This is a whole new capability that just didn't exist before. The data landscape is large and fragmented. Well, also great news. Who in here has heard of the data cloud? Anyone? Yeah, data cloud's pretty amazing. Tableau Einstein is built with data cloud. So when you talk about Tableau Einstein and how to handle the secure, sort of real-time cloud scale needs that you have, all of that is delivered with the data cloud. And then lastly is this reusability concept. So I want to reuse the assets, the prep flows, the semantic models, whatever it may be. All of this is possible with something called Tableau Workspaces, extremely collaborative place where you can work to build things and then push it out into a Tableau marketplace, internal, external. Maybe you want to monetize it. Maybe you're a community member and you don't actually work for an organization, but you just want to build analytical apps. All possible. And it's not just apps, it's agents too. And so that's what we're going to go through today in detail. But I just wanted one quick second on this kind of important point. Tableau Einstein. I've heard from a lot of you who want more capability, more innovation, more value, and of course, more success. That's why we're all here. We want to help you. And that's what we're going to deliver with Tableau Einstein. Again, it starts today. Also super exciting is it's built on the core Salesforce platform. That's not been done before. That's the power of better together. That's the power of Salesforce and Tableau, and that's what we're delivering. Now, I'm sure there are a few customers, maybe you're saying, well, I have X, Y, or Z analytical app from Salesforce. Maybe it's represented in the next slide. Server, cloud, CRM analytics. What does this mean for me? We're going to talk about this, okay? What I want to make sure you understand is that Tableau Einstein ultimately is the future. It's one unified analytics solution. It may show up in Sales Cloud. It may show up in Nonprofit Cloud. It will show up in these other places. But it is a platform and a solution for you to build any analytical app or agent, and it's all on the Salesforce platform. So it's a lot to take in. We're going to show you a bunch of it today. Also, you can get access to it through our product and pricing and packaging bundle called Tableau Plus. Okay? Additional to that, I mentioned it's on the platform. You can run it in a hybrid environment, and we're going to talk about what this means as well. So lots to be excited about, and I'm going to now turn it over to my good friend and colleague, Southard Jones, Chief Product Officer. Show us how it's done.
All right. Awesome. So now you've just heard in your mind's kind of like, whoa, that is a broad and deep platform. And some of you are probably wondering, well, how exactly does that work? So that's what we're going to jump in today. I'm going to hopefully explain that to you. Sorry, it all starts with data. And what we're doing is we're bringing together the connectors from Tableau, CRM Analytics, and Marketing Cloud Intelligence, and bringing them into one single connector platform. So you have access to hundreds of different data sources. But we didn't stop there. We're also giving you access to unstructured data, real-time and streaming data, and any data in any of your cloud warehouses without moving them. Because we're built with Data Cloud and zero copy, you can get access to that data without having to move it at all. Now, once you have access to your data, you're going to want to model it, prepare it. So we're doing two things. We're bringing together the enterprise-class pipelines you would get from an enterprise solution with the beautiful, simple, agile aspect of Tableau Prep into one solution. We're giving it a major upgrade. What's that upgrade? Yeah, you guessed it, AI infused. So we're infusing AI into the prep and modeling process so that you can automate up to 80% of those timely and error-prone processes. So now I've got my data modeled. What's the most important part about BI? Turning that raw data into the language we all speak. So as Ryan mentioned, we are building a brand new semantic layer. This is not the semantic layer of old, this is a new one. What are we doing that's unique? We're using AI to reach down inside of all those 100 different data solutions that you have, data all over the place, and suggest for you your metrics, your hierarchies, your dimensions, the business language that we speak. We do one other thing. We're adding a predictive engine there. So not only can you see how your business looks today in your business language, all your data, but also see what it's going to be in the future. A predictive engine you can use your own models with, or our models, so you can see what's happening later. So now you have all these insights. That's great. But Ryan just said half of you are ignoring your dashboards anyway. So what are we going to do? We've rethought the visualization experience. Every visual in Tableau Einstein is built to be placed where someone works. It's a widget that is active and understands the context of where you work, whether you're in Slack, or Workday or Sales Cloud or Service Cloud. They will be widgets placed purposely there, personalized for any individual. So they can look at that and ask questions in natural language, in the business language that they speak. Now they can get answers in the language they speak. They want to do something, but all of that is useless unless you turn it to action. What does it mean to turn something into action? For the first time ever in BI, I've been doing this for 20 years, we have an enterprise-class workflow engine built into the actual platform. Salesforce Flow is now part of Tableau Einstein. Any insight you see can kick off an action in Sales Cloud or Service Cloud or Workday or Coupa or anywhere else in your enterprise. So that's a big, huge, rich platform, and you're all asking, I'd like to have that. And I say, yeah, there's something missing, right? There's something missing. What's missing? Enterprises will adopt that to solve all four of the problems Ryan talked about. However, what makes Tableau great is the ability for an analyst to have flexibility to grab any data at any time, reach out, analyze it, instantly turn it into a metric, create a visualization, share that, collaborate in Slack or Teams, wherever you want, with their business partners. We're taking all that and giving you a little sandbox. It's not actually that little, as big as you want. A personal space where you can work just like the Tableau experience you know and love today, but with the ability to grab all of your enterprise data, mash it up with data you want, so you can collaborate on that. And when you find something really useful that you want to operationalize, you can promote it back up into the enterprise and governed space. All right, so all this is built in a Salesforce platform. What does that mean? Every little column here is composable. I can reuse it. I build a semantic model in one division. I want to share it with somebody else. I get packaging. I can package that up and send it to somebody else without having any rework. And lastly, everybody heard about agents and Agentforce? I think we talked about that a lot already. So how does that apply? Moving from left to right has been something we've been doing in BI for a long time. Takes months, takes weeks. If you're lucky, you can get it done in a couple days. What if we get it done in milliseconds? We get it done in milliseconds by building agents to automate the process of connecting to your data, discovering semantics, discovering an insight, creating a visual, and prompting someone with a recommended action. What if I could look inside of my marketing data, see the segments and the campaigns that are performing differently, pull that insight, surface it to a campaign manager, recommend something to them, and then click up a workflow that allows them to update the segment and then activate it in real time based on something that's happening on social media at that moment in time. That is an analytical agent. And you will be able to build all of these yourselves. We will be building some in Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, Marketing Cloud. Our partners will be able to build them in any other enterprise applications. Maybe that's Workday or Coupa or whatever you wish. I'll breathe. Oh, that's a big platform, right? Huge. There's a lot to be done. So when do you get your hands on it, right? I want it now. Can I please try it? I do. Yes. Well, the good news, some of it's available now. So Tableau Pulse and Tableau Agent are available today. I'll talk about that in a second. We also see Tableau Einstein come to life inside a Marketing Cloud and Nonprofit Cloud in October. So what's Tableau Pulse? Ryan mentioned it earlier. We launched this back in February. It was GA. It's the fastest growing product Tableau has ever seen. And it is a new imagined experience for how you digest data. A business user gets a single metric, the metric you're probably hired and fired on, in the context of wherever they're working, and a single headline telling them what's happening with that metric. Is it going up? Is it going down in a way I should know? Or maybe it's not moving. And then I can ask a question in natural language, get more insights. That's a very unique way of delivering analytics to people. It gets people's attention. It's not a dashboard I overlook. It is something I actually engage with. Well, we've doubled down on it, and now available today, GA now is Pulse for Salesforce. What does that mean? We are including 9 out-of-the-box metrics for Sales Cloud so that you can turn this on, literally, like that, and all of your sellers, all of your sales leaders, all your sales managers now get the metrics that they get hired and fired on inside of Salesforce, inside of a Lightning Web component, right there in the opportunity page. They don't have to go anywhere else, and they're getting their insights at this point in time. All right, Tableau Agent. What is Tableau Agent? Actually, you can look at the screenshot here. It's on the right side of your beautiful Tableau expiration experience is an agent where I can ask questions in natural language, and it will build visuals for me. As an analyst, that accelerates my process of going from a question to an answer, allows me to explore faster. Or if you're someone in the audience here who has not used Tableau yet, I encourage you to try it right away. Go out and do the trial or Tableau Public. You should, and use Tableau Agent because it's going to accelerate your learning curve. You ask questions in a language that you know, and it will start building visualizations using best practices for you. All right, and lastly, I mentioned this before, Tableau Einstein, one of the benefits of being built on the Salesforce core platform is we can literally just start turning it on in all the different sales clouds or service clouds or marketing clouds, and we're doing that. So in October, if you're looking at Marketing Cloud Growth Edition, it will just be there. You don't have to turn it on, it's just gonna be there. Your insights on your campaigns will be on your campaign pages. You'll get recommendations what actions you can take to make them better. Same thing for Nonprofit Cloud. We're gonna be doing it for all the clouds, Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, Commerce Cloud, all of them over the coming year. And that you can look forward to. So I just gave you a lot to digest. You heard Ryan talk and you're like, okay, I'm overwhelmed. What better way to visualize all of this than a demonstration? So please join me in welcoming MK to show you all the products we have available now.
All right, thank you, Southard. All right, what I'm going to show you, Ryan talked about it, Southard talked about it, how you can actually use a lot of this stuff today with Tableau Pulse, Tableau Agent, and the power of Data Cloud. So what I'm going to demonstrate to you, I'm starting here just to make sure you're all aware. This is all a real live demo, no Figma here. It's all working code on my org. So I'm going to wear the hat of a marketing manager. As a marketing manager, what do you need to know? You've got to make sure your reviews and CSAT score is always high. And how do I do that? I use Pulse for that. So every day, I have my Pulse metric that I keep looking at, saying how my CSAT scores. By the way, this is real stuff. Like as an engineering leader, I look at my Pulse metrics every day on how my team is behaving. Ryan looks at it every day for everything that sales is happening on a daily basis. So Pulse gives the metrics to me. Now, I look at this metrics, and gosh, there's something bad happening here. My CSAT score has taken a nosedive there. Let's go into the breakdown. Pulse automatically sort of categorizes all the dimensions here. I can look at age category, by department, shipping and handling is in trouble. Maybe let me look at the regions. As you can see, Central is doing well, East is kind of not doing so great, but this is a snapshot. What really would be helpful for me if I really know what changed. So again, Pulse lets me ask any question. So I'm going to ask a question on maybe which region decreased the most. Let's ask that question. As you can see, it created this. Ooh, voila. You see, East has a lot of issues. Now, normally, you would just stop right there. Why? Because your warehouses, lakehouses probably have aggregated data, right? That's the best you can do. But with the power that we have with Data Cloud, you can go a lot more. Why? Because you can ingest all that information, that fine-grained information. Data Cloud had hundreds of connectors, including zero copy, to be able to visualize all of your information. Your individual information, all your CSAT reviews, all of that in one place. And with the power of harmonization, you can actually look at what the person has done with all of your business. And every circle there represents 40, 50 different sources of information coming from everywhere. Well, that's not all. With a single click, all of that domain model that you've created, all of the harmonization you've created appears in Tableau. And you can start doing live queries because the same hyper engine that runs in the heart of Tableau also powers all of this data stack. With that, let's actually start doing some action. So you guys saw that the East region was in trouble. So I kind of want to see what are people saying, my CSAT review, and also their lifetime scores. So here I'm going to ask Tableau Agent a question. Compare my sales, average CSAT by their customer, and color based on their CSAT score. Now, this Tableau agent, just like any other agent, you can start conversing with it. You can start asking it to do things, and you can start fine-tuning as well. As you can see, immediately it brought me interesting information. It's looking at all of the sales, their lifetime value, and their average CSAT score by every single individual. Again, this is coming from 30, 40 different sources of information, and my org has over 1 billion rows of data. And I pulled this just live into Tableau to show this. Now, that's not all. Like a cooking show, I've pre-created a dashboard for you here on all of them. Now, as a marketing manager, I see this beautiful distribution. A lot of red here, which means people are unhappy. A lot of blues here, they are happy. Let me zoom in on the East region, which caused us trouble. As you can see here, there's some happy customers like Jennifer and Fiona, but there is also William Best, who is actually one of our top customer, and he's very unhappy. So I'm going to click on this. He seems to have some open support cases. So let's click and see what's going on. I'm going to open this in Service Cloud. And so as you can see here, because it's all connected, I can quickly zoom in because we have the individual level information I can zoom into my service case. Now, you see here, the priority is high. If the case was escalated, but guess what? Matt here hasn't acted on it in like 7 days. What's going on, Matt? But imagine this, right? This is a high-value customer. His case has not been looked at in 7 days. Now, if that is happening, maybe it's a broader trend. Okay, so how can I validate if that is a broader trend or not? And that's where the power of unstructured comes in. Because with the Data Cloud, you can now index all your textual content, your video, audio, everything. In my case, I took all the reviews in my CSAT scores and vector indexed it. It's not search index, it's a vector index, which also means I can start now doing some interesting things. So with the same William Best, I can now start looking at related cases based on the semantic comparison. So I can search for, he was complaining about lost order, right? Let's look at lost order. Look at that. I did an unstructured query with Tableau, which basically pulled me related cases. Remember, this is not textual. I don't have to say lost order. If it's semantically the same, even in any language, it'll pull that. We cross-correlated through the case that they had created, open case. We then cross-correlated to their contact, which was and their geography. And as you can see, there's a lot of issues in the East Coast. Southard is from New Jersey. He's probably very familiar with it, right? Lots of lost orders there. And as you can see here, now I can escalate it and really zoom in and go fix the problem. So as you can see here in this simple demonstration, and again, like I said, this is all live. You can do this today. You can bring data from anywhere, stitch it together, pulse on it, and you will be able to use the Tableau agents to go analyze that, go into depth, and finally, you can also use the structured and unstructured to bring life to it. This is the power of data, agents, Tableau working with CRM to make your customers successful. All right, back to you. Now, one quick thing here is I showed the demonstration with kind of my laptop here, but customers are also using it for real. And one such customer that we're proud to showcase is Blue Shield of California. Let's roll the video to see how they use this.
Consumer expectations have risen dramatically in many parts of life. But in healthcare, some of those same experiences haven't caught up. One of the biggest challenges in the world of healthcare is disconnected data.
Most people are scared of data, but healthcare is very personalized, and so the more information that we have about our members, it allows people to understand how to do better.
Putting information in people's hands, the hands of decision makers, with a tool like Tableau is critical.
So in this dashboard, we can really look into the percentage of our population that have different chronic At Blue Shield of California, our team's mission is really to be a center of excellence and to democratize data. Everything from understanding pharmaceutical costs to looking at things like utilization rates. Where do we have hospitals or ER rooms that are overutilized? Everything across the board is available and open to everyone here at Blue Shield.
Data should not be used just to check your decision. Data should be used to make your decision. And so even with the rapid adoption we've had of Tableau, there are still opportunities for us to become even more data-driven.
We spent a lot of time clicking around, creating calculations from scratch, trying to figure out what chart type to use. Tableau Agent saves a lot of time. It literally looks at your data and actually makes suggestions. I can just type in a question, how might I visualize this best? And Tableau Agent goes to work and builds the visual for me. With this new capability, we can start with a pre-created view, and it really improves the speed to insight. And so we are no longer a bottleneck in IT.
What might have taken a few hours for somebody to develop might only take a few minutes and allows for rapid iterating and prototyping.
It's really this back and forth conversation helping to hone and fine tune the data and build a story together. All right, so here's something exciting. Instead of having to create all these KPIs from scratch, we can just grab those pulse metrics that we're leveraging, and they just coexist with other charts that we make. We're starting to use Tableau Pulse. You can access it on your phone. You define your metric, define the time comparison period, all in a couple clicks, and it auto-generates this beautiful KPI card for you. Being able to have that data at your fingertips is a great way to get users engaged in a way that meets them where they're at.
Our mission is not just for the people who can afford insurance, it's for everyone. And if we can provide relevant, timely information at the point of decision making with a tool like Tableau, we can achieve a change in the way people experience healthcare today.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. I am delighted to get to reveal to you today the future of Tableau, our bold vision for intelligent, actionable analytics infused in the flow of work. We believe this will change the way we work for the better forever. Oh, hey, what's that there? Interesting. It's a notification. Well, what we're going to cover today is an end-to-end and comprehensive story on the previous slide, in which we go from an individual receiving a proactive notification, such as the one that's on the screen here, capitalizing on the opportunity and challenge that Tableau Einstein has proactively located in their data, resolving that challenge in the flow of work, collaborating with colleagues with context, scaling that insight by activating it, and then building analytic apps and agents so everyone can take advantage of the insight they've discovered. And finally, to what Southard showed you about the marketplace, composing those into assets that can be reused by others. You ready? Let's jump in. So I have a notification here. It's been pushed to me by Tableau. That's interesting. Low inventory forecast for the week ahead. Let's tap on it. In this story, I'll play the role of Sam, a general manager for a retail manufacturer, and I'm, like everyone, trying to run a healthy business in a tough economy with tight margins. And this digest has everything I need right at my fingertips. It's AI-powered and prioritized, so I know where to focus. Well, it's interesting. Inventory looks like it's down. Let's tap on that. Immediately, I see everything I need at my fingertips. The key metric, rates of change, relative values, and look, Tableau Einstein has forecast the future and identified a problem before it's even happened. Well, my question as a business leader is, why? What's causing this? Suggested questions drive you to the right thing to ask. It's one tap to say, what's driving decreased inventory? That's interesting. Certain products are at the top of that list, and they're selling fast. And I want to take it to the next level. And I can do that with one tap. I can drill down any direction I want, but let's look at that by region. And here we see another interesting insight. We've actually run out of stock in the New York metro area. San Francisco and Chicago are getting low, but got way too much in New Jersey. What's going on with New Jersey, Southard? That's the question I have. Well, normally, to fix this, to move inventory around, I got to go out of my analytics and insight platform, and I got to go to some other system, fill out a ticket, wait a few weeks. We don't have time for that. I can tap to submit a change request right here. We'll review it. That looks great. And see, this is how we turn insights into value with action. One tap, and we've submitted that request, and we've put out the fire. Awesome. And that request can be made in any application. Could be SAP, Oracle, Microsoft, any external system. Cool. So we found a problem and an opportunity. We put out the fire. Where do we go next? How did this happen? Let's root cause. And we can ask the Tableau agent in our own language, just like I'd ask a colleague like Dave here. And my question is, what's driving the unexpected surge in demand? And here we find another really interesting insight. Thanks to metric relationships in Tableau, we've identified a correlation between social media mentions and these products that are selling like hotcakes. Well, that's interesting. Is there a real meaningful insight here, or is this a spurious correlation? I need to find someone who has expertise in social media whom I can collaborate with. And it's one tap. See, this is a different form of action. Get me in touch with someone. And so with one tap, I'll connect to an analyst in Slack who can answer my question. All right, so now I'm going to take on the role of Kyle, a brilliant marketing analyst who received Sam's request in Slack. And notice the full context is carried over of everything that Sam and Tableau Einstein were discussing. This is no mere screenshot. This is a fully interactive visualization. So Kyle engages and discusses with Sam, and he's got a hunch. This is where human intuition comes in. It could be that influencers are driving a lot of those digital mentions. Let's do some quick analysis and see if they are playing a role. So now it's just one tap to go and explore in Tableau, picking up the conversation with context. But watch this. This is so cool. What if we could take the conversational context, not just the data we were looking at or the model, but the conversational context, and feed that as a prompt to the AI? How much smarter could we work? This is opt-in, and with my permission, I will share our conversation. And now we're taken into the all-new Tableau authoring experience. And if this looks familiar, it's for good reason. We've brought forward the brilliance of Tableau's award-winning and legendary fluid analytical experience and completely reimagined it. Now, all the things that the millions of Tableau users, many of you in the room, know and love are here. The marks card, pages and filters shelves, columns and row shelves, blue pills, green pills, dimensions and measures. It's all here. I got my data pane, but there's something new I want to draw your attention to over here on the right. Many of you are familiar with Show Me and Explain data, which are heuristic visualization and statistical tools that have been in Tableau for years. We have taken those to the next level by pairing them with AI. See, because we brought along conversational context and fed that to Tableau Agent, it's been able to recommend, hey, I could answer that question, but I'm going to need a little more data. How do we bring in some more data? It's just one tap, and it even tells us what data we need to go get. Well, I reached out to the marketing team and said, here's what I need, and they said, that's cool, take a number, it'll be 2 weeks till we can set up a feed. Are we stuck? No. Often, ad hoc analysis takes place using Excel. Now, MK showed you how to work on billions of records, but very often, the lingua franca of data is a spreadsheet. So I'm not stuck. I can jump in and continue my analysis, even if I don't have a full feed. But look at this. Well, I guess the demo's over, Southard, because the data's a mess. Has this ever happened to you? Somebody sends you an Excel file that looks like this, some bad headers, we can't parse it? No, we're not stuck. Thanks to the data interpreter, Tableau Agent recommends that we run the data interpreter to find the tables in the data. And look at that. Now we've got clean columns and rows, and the Tableau Agent tells us we are ready to continue. How awesome is that? Let's go and add this to our model. We've run into another roadblock. This is so common. The model that Sam and Tableau Einstein were discussing is owned by another team. They govern it. I don't have access to modify it. Am I stuck again? I see people nodding in the audience. We've all been there. I'm not stuck here because I can derive my own model that is linked to that, and it's one tap to add our influencer data, calculate our sentiment, and get right back to visualization. Notice how the Tableau Agent is with us, this stateful assistant, through the whole journey. We click back to visualization, and there we go. We've got our new metric on the left, and we can drag and drop as usual to bring it into the viz. But look, the Insights panel has updated now. Remember, it's stateful. It remembered the conversation. It knows what we're trying to achieve and says, hey, you did it. You added the data. It's one tap, just like Show Me that we're familiar with in Tableau, to look at that. And that is definitely interesting. There's something going on here, a correlation between sentiment and digital mentions. But we wanted to look at this at the influencer level. So we're going to drag and bring that onto detail. Wow. There is really something going on here. There's a cohort of influencers here, the top right quadrant. Let's take a look at the tooltip when we select them. 26 influencers, 2.4 million mentions. Now we can keep, exclude, and take other actions as normal, but there's something new I want to draw your attention to. This is called a segment. And many of you are familiar with the set feature that's in Tableau today, and many of you have asked, and we've listened. I see a thumbs up. You've asked us, how can I take the output of analysis, which is great in analysis, and use it in other applications? So we're going to save that segment, and we're going to show you how we use the output of our analysis in other places. But first, we got to circle back to Sam. All right, Sam, check this out. You were right, we were right. Influencers have something to do with this. What we're sharing now here in this conversation is live and interactive, based on that derived model, so Sam can follow along. Well, wouldn't you know, we bring back our insight to the business leader, and she says, can you run a campaign? Let's double down and go reach all these folks who are excited about these products. And we say, yep, let's do it. So let's recap what we've done in a very short period of time. We've gone from Tableau Einstein proactively finding an issue and an opportunity in the data. We've put out the fire, root caused, collaborated with colleagues, passed along context, brought in additional data, and found a really meaningful insight. Now, how do we turn that into real value? With action. So I'll show you that. We're now here in Marketing Cloud, and note that our new segment that we created is available in other applications. Could be Data Cloud, external applications. This new set we've created, we can use to target the 3.5 million followers of those influencers. We'll take a look, set up this marketing campaign that all looks great, give that a name, and we'll run it. So now we're doubling down to take advantage of this interest, and let's see how the output of our campaign went. Flash forward a couple of days, and notice, if that looks familiar, what you're seeing here is the convergence of CRM analytics and Tableau. So you have this bidirectionally interactive visualization here with data from Marketing Cloud. We'll tap on sneakers to drill in, and there's our sneaker campaign, and there's the Tableau Pulse metric right alongside the campaign details. And that conversion rate looks pretty good, I would say. So again, let's circle back, continue the conversation, see how fluid this makes collaboration. And we'll tell Sam, Yep, actually, we ran the campaign. It's turning out well. We've got a great conversion rate. And again, you can follow this metric right here from Slack. Well, if there's one thing I've learned about executives is that if you answer one question, they come back with 3. And so Sam says, that's great. Let's not stop there. We have dozens of marketing managers. Can you build an app to scale this out so they can all manage and optimize their influencer campaigns? But as Southard said, like, we don't have time for that. This keynote's got 10 minutes more. I mean, that's going to take, what, days, weeks? Not with Tableau Einstein. Watch this. So what we're going to do is jump in from where we left off in our analysis. But of course, to create these new analytics apps and agents, we need to pull together some of those composable assets that Southard referenced. We need kind of a canvas or a workspace. I'm delighted to introduce to you the all-new Tableau workspace. You don't have to applaud, but it's amazing, so I'm going to applaud for myself. One canvas to see all the assets of analytics, from data sources, prep flows, semantic models, visualizations. Now, we could start from scratch if we want to, but watch this. We can just ask the Tableau agent, can you build an analytical app for managing influencer campaigns? I'm telling you, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 2 years ago, this was science fiction. And yet, it has understood my request because of the stateful context and built a brilliant dashboard. Let's see how it looks. And this looks pretty good. Notice we've got our campaigns and our insights and some key metrics. But I want to restyle this. It guides me with just a few taps, watch this, to apply my corporate theme, select the metrics I want, and even apply a completely different layout. This is just fantastic. This gets you from 0 to hero faster than ever before. So I have this brilliant dashboard, but how do we turn it into an analytical app and agent? That's by adding action. So I'm going to select our visualization we made earlier, and we're going to add an action. And this is a Salesforce flow action. Check this out. This is actually an agentic flow. Mapping it to the campaign, we can see that when the user selects a mark here, it will pass that context to the agent, which will make a decision about a recommendation and prompt you to accept it. Absolutely fantastic for how this will transform the way that we get things done. That looks fantastic. Now we've upgraded this from no mere dashboard to an analytical app. Cool. What I need to do now, though, is roll this out to my team. So let's see how that looks. And there it is, finished and embedded in Marketing Cloud with just a few clicks. All right. Pretty cool, right? One more thing. How about collaboration? What about working together, scaling and composable assets? How do we achieve this? Well, Kyle wants to share this with others because it turns out there's others in the organization who manage products and social media campaigns. He simply selects his analytical app. We automatically pull in all of the derived and related metrics. He runs performance, data security, and accessibility tests, gives it some metadata so others can discover it. And what we're doing is we're taking that analytic app we created, powered by AI and data, we're turning it into a template, a reusable asset that any other team in the company can pick up, apply to their data, tweak however they need, and get going. 0 to hero, faster than ever before. We'll click publish, and there it is, his app. And we can take a look at all the other assets that he's created and even all the ones that are available in the company. Wow, that was a lot, very fast. So, thank you. Let's recap, because that was a lot. We wanted to show you the total platform, and they say we need the fastest talker in the business. Let's get somebody for the Northeast. Yeah, I know. So what have we done here? We've watched how an individual uncovers an opportunity proactively, powered by AI and data, collaborates with context, brings in more data, follows their human intuition and hunches paired with artificial intelligence, activates those insights to transform the business, builds analytic apps and agents so that everyone can leverage this capability, and offers that as a composable asset so everyone wins. Absolutely fantastic. Now, if I were you, I would be asking 2 questions. The first thing I'd be asking is, when can I get this? And the other question I'd be asking is, how can I get it? Well, I'm here for the when, and you'll hear the how in a second. You've already heard Southard talk about how much of this is available today in the Tableau platform. You can get it today, Tableau Pulse and Tableau Agent. And next month, this will be available in Marketing Cloud and Nonprofit Cloud. Shortly thereafter, we'll bring this out to additional clouds, and that incredible new Tableau semantics capability will be GA in February. And next summer, you'll have the ability to create your own custom analytics apps and agents on any data and share them internally and externally with the new Tableau Marketplace. The future is bright. We believe this will change the way that we work together for the better forever. So I'm now delighted to bring up, to show you the how, my good friend and Tableau's Chief Marketing Officer, Elizabeth Maxson.
Thank you. All right, who wants Tableau Einstein? Everybody in this room should have a hand raised. And there's one way to get that, and that is Tableau through Tableau Plus. But I want you to rest assured, we are not asking you to abandon your current analytical solutions. In fact, this is only going to help you enhance that. And you can do that in a hybrid solution. We're still investing in server as well as cloud, or wherever you're using your analytical tools today. But you can get started by purchasing Tableau Plus for a limited time to get your hands on all this latest new innovation. Now, all of this is going to continue to help you drive customer success. And in fact, we've seen customer success for over the last 20 years. Take Box, who has seen 97% reduction in time from getting insights into creating visualizations for their monthly, quarterly, and annual reporting, and that's all using Tableau Plus. Or the Texas Rangers, where they have 92% of their organization that is running their entire stadium is data-driven because of Tableau. And John Lewis Partnership, who has over 10,000 partners that are using Tableau. But don't take my word for it. We also have Arvis Bank, who their teams have now uncovered deeper insights and know that they are data-driven with Tableau. And Deloitte, they're very excited about Tableau Einstein, how much it's going to help support their teams. In fact, they are so excited, they are one of our product launch partners and our first ever Tableau Einstein Alliance. This is a new partner ecosystem. I'm talking to all the Salesforce partners and all the Tableau partners. You want to be part of this program. If you want to be first to market with the latest innovation and skills and enablement, this is the partnership program for you. It's going to give you access to our product team to help influence our roadmap and accreditations to help you advance your skills. And a huge thank you to our product launch partners, Atrium, Capgemini, Deloitte, IBM, and Slalom. But at the heart of everything is our amazing data fam, our community. We have a great group right here in front of us. And they are here to help you every step of the way. And there's so many different ways that you can get involved with the community. First is with our events. We are bringing all of the amazing technology and vibes and everything from Tableau Conference to Europe for our first ever Data Fam Europe event here at London in November. And if you missed it, we are also coming back to San Diego for our Tableau Conference in April. But that's not all. What about the rest of the year? We'll get involved in our Tableau user groups. We have 23,000 members across our Tableau user groups. So my favorites are Data Plus Women, or even new groups that are forming because of our AI revolution, like our AI in Tableau user group. And then, as Ryan mentioned, we also have Tableau Public. We have over 4.5 million public profiles, over 11 million visits. This is your easiest way to get your hands on with data and start exploring Tableau today. And we make that even easier with you by taking a challenge with Data and TV and our partnership with IMBD. What better way to start your teams, yourself, by having fun with some TV data to get that started? Now, what better way to really showcase the power of the community by bringing up our very own Tableau Hall of Fame visionary, Anya Ahern. Come on, Anya. Anya, welcome to Dreamforce. We're so excited to have you here.
Thank you for having me. This is amazing.
You have been on this Tableau journey for many, many years now, and you've seen our product evolve in so many different ways. What are you most excited about with Tableau Einstein?
We have just seen so much innovation. It's so much to unpack, and I think in the whole Tableau community, there's so much excitement, and also maybe a little bit of fear. Like, where do I fit in? Where do I start? And Einstein comes in. But at the end of the day, I think about why I'm building all these digital data products, and it's for my customers, my stakeholders, and to be able to enable them to just get the data, ask a question, and get an answer in the context and flow of how they do work is going to do so much to drive our organization to be truly data-driven and get people excited and curious about data. And then from my perspective, I'm super happy to have Einstein take over all the stuff I literally don't want to do anymore, right? Like, Einstein, take one for the team. You got all the formatting, the padding, the mobile responsive layout. In a couple clicks, I am freed up to focus on the things that really, really matter to me. I can dive deep and become a subject matter expertise and really work on curating that semantic data layer so that when I bring data to my clients, it is trusted, it is governed, there is lineage, and then I can package it up and see it on that workspace and collaborate together and put it up in the marketplace and avoid sandboxes and having to rebuild things over and over again. And then I can't wait to see what the community does with it, right? Our community is notorious of taking Tableau and breaking it and then putting it back together in an even better and more awesome way. And so just imagine the things that we've done, like with the COVID Data Hub and Visualize No Malaria, putting those semantic models up on the marketplace and leveraging Vizes. We as a community are going to do just amazing things. I'm so excited.
I love your excitement so much. It is so inspiring. And the Tableau community has been a big part of your career and your life. How has it transformed your life? And maybe what are some tips that you have for others to get involved?
Yeah, so I started using Tableau probably way back in 2012. I joke, my son was like 3. He's a sophomore in college now. And really, the Tableau community has just grown and evolved and supported me on that entire journey. When I started out, I wanted a job that I could be a mother and have work-life balance. And so I started my own consulting company, and the community was so supportive, whether it be referring clients to me or actually hiring people to join my team. The community was there. Tableau gave me a platform when they made me a visionary, where I was able to launch the Data Plus Women initiatives and able to work with organizations, volunteering with other members of the community to do these amazing things. And that really led me to my passion of really wanting to do good with data, which is why I ended up at Blue Shield of California, really hoping to change how we approach healthcare and using these tools to provide better health outcomes and reduce costs. So
I love your passion so much. So what's one tip? What's one way that someone can get involved? I know there's a lot.
Just don't be afraid. Get in there and ask questions. I think early on in my career, there were these gods out there, Jonathan Drummey and Joe Mako, that knew everything. And Jonathan asked a question about design, and I answered it, and I actually ended up working with him. And so anyone has something to contribute, right? We all come from so many different areas, whether it be design or programming or server management, and we can all work together. And I'm really excited to be here at Dreamforce because it gives us that opportunity to reach out to the other communities, right? I want a muley as my bestie.
I know you want a muley as a bestie. I've heard you say that many times. We need to find a muley here to hook up with Anna for get her bestie here.
Yeah, and a trailblazer, right? We are all one. As we saw, being able to embed Tableau in the bits and bobs that are the entire Salesforce ecosystem, like we are truly all one family. So let's do it.
I love that. Well, to celebrate your passion and your unique sense of style, which I love, we are going to be giving you your own branded pair of Tableau shoes. What? So coming your way to do that. So thank you for being here. We're very excited. I appreciate you. Okay, so now you're asking yourself, well, how do I get started? And it is easy. You can just do that in 3 simple ways. Just head to our website, tableau.com, and you can get your hands on Tableau Einstein by purchasing that SKU, Tableau Plus. How many of you want Pulse for Salesforce? I know I do, so get your hands on that. Or if you're just getting started with Tableau, go ahead and download a free trial. That's your easiest way. But your Tableau journey does not end here today. We have so many different things for you to do here at Dreamforce. How many of you want your own pair of branded shoes is the real question. Because if you go to our theaters, our demos, and you engage with our community, you also can be entered in a chance to win through our data, AI, and analytics adventure. But we have a zone right out here in Moscone, West Level 3. We have tons going down in the campground in Moscone North. So we hope you spend the rest of the week joining us along the way. So with that, a huge, huge thank you to our customers, our partners, our employees, of course, our amazing community. You are what drive our success, and we are here for you every step of the way. So with that, that is the end of our show. And don't forget, coffee's on us if you take the survey. Thanks, everyone.
My name is Ness. I would like to welcome you to our session, 3 ways to use the Blossom on